Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you the spoiler article for the day. Today we are talking about the new Wind Ruler and some of the new backup cards that are coming along with it for the Twilight Wanderer. Very interesting ruler here, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. So this is Reflect, the Child of Potential. It's a little boy, Judgment of 0, and you can pay 0, choose 1, play this ability only once per turn. Target Resonator gains +200/+200 until end of turn. Put a magic counter on this card, or draw a card and put a card from your hand on the bottom of your main deck. Put a magic counter on this card, or recover target Resonator at the end of turn and put a magic counter on this card. One thing to keep in mind is it says play this ability once per turn, it's pay 0, and it doesn't require a tap. So you can actually do this during your opponent's turn. This is really important because, if you're going second, control players typically like to go second usually. You can activate this ability when your opponent's going first. So you'd still be able to draw a card and kind of fix your hand a little bit and have an advantage for one extra counter when it moves to your turn. This is actually pretty important, but we'll kind of go into why that is in a little while. The other side is Refrain, the Child of Convergence. It's a little girl, so they're kind of the mirror images of each other. I'd love to see the artwork of these two back to back. It cannot battle, so it has that same kind of ability as like Kaguya 1.0 did, where you can't actually interact with it in terms of like any kind of thunders or duels of truth. So that's huge, especially as a control player. But then again, also look at that first pay 0. Put this card into your ruler area as a ruler. Play this ability only during your opponent's turn. So you can instantly respond to this card being targeted by something and just put it back on the ruler side. It's not a big deal. So this card is going to be very, very hard to kill. It's very, very cool. Its 3 abilities are tap, remove 2 magic counters from this card, return target Resonator to its owner's hand. Okay, that's awesome. Tap, remove X magic counters from this card, cancel target normal spell your opponent controls with total cost X. So that's really awesome as well, a free cancel spell. And tap, remove 4 magic counters from this card, search your main deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your main deck. That's crazy. Just the fact that you're going to be able to search for stuff, bounce stuff, cancel stuff consistently with your J-Ruler, that you're not going to have to worry about it dying, is pretty huge. One thing to keep in mind here, though, is that you'd have to tap for all those abilities, so it's going to be kind of wonky having to manipulate gaining will sources while continuing to use her tap abilities. Now, I know that her Regalia does have some influence over that, but we haven't gotten the official translation for it yet, so more details will come with that later. Next up we have Servant of Reflect, just a 1-drop elf, green, 200/200. Oh, it's an elf! That's awesome. This card gains +100/+100 for each 2 magic counters on your J-Ruler. So as your Reflection Refrain get more counters on it, this card gets more and more powerful, and you can remove a counter from your J-Ruler to return this card to its owner's hand. So you can kind of keep it alive. That's pretty cool. Then we have the Familiar of Refrain. So it's a beast. If magic counters would be put on your J-Ruler, put that many +1 instead. So here's the thing, it's a beast, which means that Rotoscare is going to be able to support it. So that's really awesome. Definitely can see some beast control, and that means that anytime that every time you activate that Refrain ability or Reflect ability, you're going to get 2 counters instead of 1. So like you can really, really escalate that fast. Plus it's a 5/5, so it's a really solid strength for a 2-drop. Very, very good. Then we have this spell, Final Forfeit. Target J/Resonator loses all abilities and cannot gain abilities until the end of turn. As a 1-drop instant speed, that's huge. It essentially has the same kind of effect as combining a Death Scythe and Blazer's effect, but it's for green and it's a 1-drop. That is a huge, huge boost to what green can offer in terms of being able to kill things, setting up a play with the green to be able to kill it and keep something dead or do something else like that with or disrupt your opponent's play for just a 1-drop instant speed cost. That's really awesome. And then last we have the Fruit of Yggdrasil, 2-drop. This card is like a control player's dream in terms of a 2-drop. When this enters your field, you draw a card. Awesome. It's a 2-drop. No attack, but 800 defense. So it's a huge wall. Again, as a control player, you're playing towards the end game. You're not really worried about getting in that early chip damage. You're planning on trying to flood your opponent late game, control the board to that state, and just overwhelm your opponent when they run out of gas. So having a 2-drop with 800 defense that also replaces itself is really, really huge. I really like this card a lot. I'm pumped up to see what green control looks like once this set drops. So there you have it, guys. That's it for this spoiler article. Let me know what you think about these cards, what decks you would run these cards in, and whether you think these cards are garbage or not. And go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. The 3,000 subscriber contest winners will be announced shortly. And as always, this is DMO73 signing off.